Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please feel free to subscribe and jump on these ride-alongs with me. In today's episode, we try to once again unlock the gig matrix and try to make the most money in the least amount of time, traveling the least amount of miles possible. In this episode, I discuss trash offers on DoorDash and Uber Eats and why drivers need to always decline them. I will also cover offers that might look good on their face, but I lay out reasons why I don't take them. Lastly, I show you how Uber Eats hides tips on regular offers and Walmart pickup offers. Stay tuned to the episode and see how all of this unfolds. If you guys like the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up button. If YouTube knows that you like the video, they might just push it out to more people if they think might also like the video, and that'll help me grow this channel. Thanks in advance if you are so inclined, and let's jump right into the episode. Good afternoon, boys and girls. We have been going out this morning for a while. I didn't think I was going to record today, but I thought I'd catch the afternoon. We've had a pretty decent day so far. I've got about 75 on Uber and about 45 or so on DoorDash. No Spark yet today. So we are going to go out and try and capture the rest of this afternoon. One thing I wanted to mention, if you guys are watching this video or previous videos, I've noticed that when I click on my own videos, it starts and runs the video at 360p as the video quality, and I have to adjust it every time, like go to settings and hit 1080p or highest video quality. So if you guys can let me know, I don't know if that's a setting that I have on my YouTube account, but I just don't know if all my videos are going out in 360p, and some people might not notice and think, wow, this looks like crap. So I am recording all these in 1080, and I'm actually trying something new today, doing 60 frames per second instead of 30, which basically just means the picture is going to be a little bit better. But I noticed that when you're driving, it shakes, and when it shakes in 60 frames per second, it shakes a lot. But I think I found a cure for that, so we'll see later when I'm doing the editing process. But anyway, we just got this order for Chick-fil-A. It's for $11. It's going about 6 miles. I couldn't screenshot the miles, but about 6 miles for $11. So not great on that, but started to slow down a little bit. So I just wanted to take something. So we will get headed over there, pick that up, and go to the delivery.
Can you hear my heartbeat calling? Can you feel the love we're falling? Just take my hand and take me home tonight. Throwing caution to the wind, I'll take a chance and let you in. Just take my hand and take me home tonight.
All right, guys, we got that Chick-fil-A order dropped off. It started out as $11, and as you can see here, popped up to $13.50, so not a bad run there. In the meanwhile, we got this offer, declined. Then we got this offer, declined. Then we got this offer, also declined. I went over this a little bit in my last video, but I just simply never take orders like this. And I know if there's drivers out there watching this, they're probably like, yeah, duh, we don't take them either. But I've actually run into a lot of drivers just kind of out in the field that take these orders. They don't know any better, or they're new. I've talked to some drivers that think that they have to take every order, like as if they work for Domino's pizza delivery and the next order up they take. They don't understand that they can decline it. I know that seems shocking, but they just thought in order to stay like in DoorDash's good graces and keep the job, they just had to take most, if not all, of the orders. And I just kind of educate them to that not being the case. So hopefully, you know, with this video, we can get the word out to people. When I first started delivering, I watched every YouTube video there was all day long. I watched every single one I could find just because I didn't know anything. So hopefully, you know, together as drivers, we can kind of band together and just not ever take these orders. And either the customers will, you know, smarten up and realize that they need to tip, you know, get wise to the fact that if it takes 2 hours to get their order, you know, maybe they should add a tip on there. But there's also the part, I've actually talked to just people or customers or friends or family, and they just always assumed that if they just paid like $15 in fees, that certainly the driver got, you know, $10 or $12 of that. And why would they tip the driver twice when they just paid all those fees thinking they went to the driver? And when I tell them, nope, it's $2 or $2.50 or whatever it is in your market is the base, they're shocked. They had no idea. They've been ordering food delivery on Grubhub or DoorDash or Uber Eats for years and always just assumes that the bulk of all those fees that they pay go to the driver. They just didn't understand. So I think a lot of the customers out there that maybe don't tip, sometimes it's just an innocent mistake. They just think, well, they're either getting paid hourly or they're getting part of those fees or something, certainly not $2. But along those lines too, you know, if I see like a $4.50 order that I just showed up, that's a $2 tip. And I think that sucks. A $2 tip to me was good in 1984. I don't know why tipping on deliveries has not gone up with the cost of living, but for some reason it just hasn't. And I consider it a luxury service, like a top-end luxury service. Somebody's going out shopping for you, driving all the way across town, going and waiting at a restaurant and delivering food to your porch just seems like a high-end service to me that should be tipped accordingly. So anyway, I just want to throw those orders up from time to time and just inform people, if you're new to driving and you're watching these videos to try and learn how, you do not have to take those orders. Now, you don't want your, you know, acceptance rate, you know, well, it's up to you depending on, you know, whether you're into Top Dasher. That's your decision, whether you want to take those to maintain a certain acceptance rate, or the Diamond program on DoorDash where you have to be above 50%. If you're trying to stand those programs, then by all means, you have to do what you have to do. But as a whole, you just don't have to take those orders. Your acceptance rate can theoretically go to 0 and you can still drive for DoorDash. So anyway, sorry for the long rant, but I'm just going to kind of work those in from time to time to try and educate maybe newer drivers that just don't know how the system works. But you certainly don't have to take those. And I would encourage all drivers not to, so that we can kind of train the customers that, hey, you didn't get your food or you had to wait 2 hours, you know, you need to tip your driver. They're footing the expense of gas and insurance and brakes and tires and all of it to do this job. And a lot of customers probably don't realize that. A lot of them think we work for DoorDash, like you work for Domino's or you work for, you know, any other delivery. You work, you know, for Chick-fil-A delivery. We're independent contractors. So a lot of customers don't know that. So anyway, we will stay here in our little zone and wait for the next good order to come in. All right, guys, we just accepted this Chick-fil-A order. It's only $6.50, so it does have the potential for a hidden tip, but it's only 1.9 miles, but not a great order, but things got really slow. They seem to always get slow when I start recording. I don't know why that is. But anyway, the Chick-fil-A is just behind us, so we will swing over there and pick this order up. All right, we are at the Chick-fil-A. We'll head in here, get this picked up. All right, guys, we got the order picked up here. It's just a couple of sandwiches and a mac and cheese. Delivery is about 1.9 miles away, so we will head on over and drop this off.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. lights paint the skies. Only you.
All right, we got that order dropped off, and you can see here it popped up just a teeny bit, 50 cents from $6.50 to $7. So sometimes those short trips will just hide little bits of change on you. I'm not sure why, but we got that dropped off, and we will chill here until we get our next order. All right, we just accepted this order finally for Uber Eats. It's for a Walmart pickup grocery order. It's for $16 for just one order. Once again, I said this on previous videos. These Uber Walmart orders can be really good. If you get loaded quickly, which most of the time I do. I've had a few snafus where I've had to call in because the app didn't check me in. But the one thing about these Uber orders is they are blind. So it doesn't show you the number of items. It doesn't show you what the items are. Like Spark, you can actually look and see what all the items are. So you take a little bit of a risk of it being like 60 items, which haven't had happen yet. But overall, for the miles and everything, it's a great order. We'll turn on Spark as we head over there and see if we can't maybe double off a Spark if we get an order going in the same direction. So we will head over to the Walmart and hopefully get this loaded up quick. All right, we got this order loaded up. It is a rather big one, probably the biggest one I've ever had on Uber, so that stinks. But it did come out in about 30 seconds. So we will get rolling on this and head to the delivery. All right, we got that Uber order dropped off, and it looks like it went up already. It was like $16.07 and it went up to $18.07. I've noticed that on Uber, only the Walmart pickups, that the entire amount goes into your wallet immediately. Normally there's an hour wait on Uber for the customer to adjust the tip, but maybe it's different with Walmart pickup orders. But I've noticed that sometimes the whole thing goes in. I had one this morning that it didn't. I only got the base fare and then the tip went in an hour later. So I'm not sure what the deal on that is, but a pretty good order overall. It was large. It was a 3-tripper up to the porch, which is kind of a pain, but for 18 bucks and a couple of miles, that's not bad at all. So we will camp out here and wait for the next good order to come in. All right, guys, we just accepted an order. I'll throw it up here in a minute. But I wanted to throw this order up that we declined. This is kind of the opposite of what I was talking about earlier. This is not a bad order. It looks like the customer probably tipped $8 or $9. But for me, it's just too far. It's just, you know, the dollars don't really make sense for me to go that far out of my zone. I would be like, I don't know, 4 miles out of my zone if I took this order. Again, it's not a bad order. The customer has good intentions. They have a good tip. They just live really far from the restaurant. And not only that, but just for me, to go that far out of my zone to deadhead all the way back would not make any sense at all. So somebody will probably pick this order up. It's not a bad order. And somebody may live down there and say, hey, I was going to head that way to go home anyway, so I'll pick this order up. So they'll probably get their order delivered in a timely fashion. But just for me, you know, on its face, it looks like, hey, this is a good order, a good tip. But for just how I do things in my zone, this one wouldn't work for me. So I just wanted to throw an example up of kind of a decent order that I just wouldn't do because of the logistics of it. So we did take this Uber order. It's $11, which again, if you've been following the videos on Uber, that $11 range tends to be a hidden tip range. I'm not sure why. It's kind of like a $6.50 order on DoorDash. It kind of smells like there might be a hidden tip. So it's the McDonald's is about a half mile away, and then the delivery is only like 3 miles out. So pretty good order overall. So we will head down to McDonald's and swoop this up. All right, we have arrived at the Mickey D's. We will head on in and pick this up. All right, we got the McDonald's order picked up. It was ready on the counter to go, so that was very nice. I'm a little conflicted with some of these McDonald's orders about hot bags because, as you guys probably know, McDonald's puts everything. They put cold and hot all together. There's milkshakes on this order and sodas that are all in there with the hot food, and they wrap the handles together here. So I kind of split the difference on some of these orders. It's only a couple of minutes away, the customer. So I'm just going to leave it out because it's like, what's worse? The milkshakes melting or the hot food, you know, not being as hot as it can be. So it's kind of weird with these McDonald's orders. I like the packaging because it's pretty easy, but I'm conflicted because they put like frozen desserts with like hot Big Macs, which just does not make sense to me at all, as large of a corporation as they are, that they couldn't just separate out their hot and cold. So like I said, I just split the difference with these orders. I'm just going to leave it like that. Like I said, the customer's only a few minutes away, so I don't think it'll matter, but just a little side note on these McDonald's orders. But we will get rolling out to the delivery.
Look into my eyes and show me adventures I haven't seen. Taking all the light that hits the spot, walking on fantasy. So take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find.
All right, we got that McDonald's order dropped off. I will throw up the screenshot later to see if it went up from that original 1117. But I think we are going to call it a night and throw in the towel for the day. All in all, I believe on Uber, depending on that last one, we were around 120. DoorDash was 75 with the morning and the afternoon that we did. So just around 200, which isn't too bad for a Monday. We will get out here tomorrow again and grind it out for another day. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, dropping a like if you like the video. Also leaving a comment. I do ask some questions in the video along the way, so if you want to leave any answers in the comments, that would be awesome. Yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your evening and or day, and we will get back with you tomorrow.
I'm
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.